People are saying that the X6 Pro has the best smartphone camera in the world, so we're gonna go ahead and see if it can destroy the iPhone 14 Pro. So right here, I have the first photo, and by the way, they both have not seen the photos that I have done in this test. I took them out by myself and took all of these, so you guys let me know which one's better.
I think I like the one on the right. This one is brighter, but that looks more like a DSLR shot. A little bit more contrast lighting on the face, less flat.
That's true.
Yeah, it kind of gives the illusion that there's a lot more depth
Yeah,
in
that's
that
true.
photo.
So we both like the one on the right. Now, before Vadim reveals it, go ahead and grab a piece of pen and paper or your notes app and vote along with us to see which one you truly like better. So let's see. Oh,
That's actually the X6
okay.
Pro. Wow, that's a good start. And it's interesting that the 14 Pro is really flat, like on his face.
And the OPPO has a 1-inch sensor, much more like a large real camera.
This right here is an ultra wide photo on both of them.
I see a lot of kind of distortion or something right here, kind of stretched out. Kind of like a DSLR would get with a lot of ultra wides. That looks almost not like an ultra wide.
These both look almost identical. I do see like some little differences, but I don't think one is better than the other. These are both almost identical. They're both just as good as each other. I don't think one's better than the other. But if I have to pick, I'm gonna pick the left one.
I'm gonna pick the left one as well.
Okay, oh,
OPPO
X6 Pro again.
Very impressive.
Killing it out of the gate, all right? The next one right here is,
Whoa.
this is actually a crop.
Oh,
And I won't tell you the details until after you choose. So choose one.
I'm gonna have to go for the left just for all of that extra detail that you don't get on the right.
yeah, I do see more sharpening. I also see a little bit more aliasing. The one on the right looks more natural,
Yeah.
but it's a little softer. I think in this kind of a shot, I would choose the right one.
All right. Well, as you can see, we have high resolution mode, so 50 megapixel on the left, and the 48 megapixel Pro RAW. Here we have a selfie.
Whoa.
I think the one on the left is too blurred.
Yeah, I
Too much
agree.
blur.
It just looks kind of fake, even though the cutout is pretty good.
Well, I don't know. Up here, I can notice that the
Oh,
cutout's
yeah, the
kind of
hair.
messing up.
Yeah, the one on the right is a little more detailed with that, so definitely the right.
Yep.
The right one, X6 Pro.
Wow,
It's
okay.
destroying it, man, and it's cheaper. It's a cheaper phone. All right, this right
Wow.
here is a telephoto zoom shot.
Now I know that the OPPO has a telescopic camera, and this shot on the right has a lot less detail. It's very flat. The left one is definitely better. That's what I'm voting for.
Yep.
And that is the X6 Pro.
Wow, that is a huge difference. And I really wish the iPhone had a 50 megapixel telephoto.
Please, this year, have one. Okay, this is, I know it's a lot of blur,
That's a lot
but
of
portrait
blur.
mode, basically trying to test out edge detection and stuff.
This one looks terrible.
Yeah. The
It's
cutout.
blown out. The hand looks weird.
Yeah.
You would not want to use this photo at all. Where the one on the right still doesn't look amazing, but definitely better.
Also, the cutout on the hand on the right is making it look
Yeah.
really weird. To
These
me,
are both bad.
To me, the blur is too much on the right.
So you're gonna go with the left?
I would go with the left.
All right, well, left one was the X6 Pro, right was 14. All right, this one is a selfie, my son and wife.
Well, the one on the left looks like it's a sunset with sun hitting your face.
Yeah.
The cutout looks pretty good. Lots of detail in the face and the
Tons
hair.
of detail.
I mean, I think the left one's quite a bit better.
Definitely better.
Oh,
14
14 this time.
Pro.
Hey, not bad.
That was my first point for the iPhone.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
And
nuts.
people
man.
say we choose the iPhone all the time.
Yeah. All right, this is
a
a very zoomed in shot. So I'll tell you the details in a second.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're both not great.
Yeah.
I would choose the one on the left, even though it doesn't really look like a photo.
It's all blown out. It's like a painting.
But
looks weird.
at least you see the lines. If you
Yeah.
need to capture something from that far away, you'll see what it
You'll
is.
see something.
That is
Lots
just,
of artifacts, I
It's,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
So left.
Yeah. Well, that is the X6 Pro 120x zoom,
120 times
which
zoom.
they advertise. This only goes up to 15, and then I cropped in like crazy to match it up.
I'm surprised, but that the iPhone still did that.
Yeah.
But they're giving you from a 3x 120x.
That's crazy.
Apple should do more than 15.
All right, this is my other son, Eli.
Oh, I like that
woke
he's
up late.
winking.
Yep, this is a 3x portrait.
These are both really great photos, but a difference that I'm noticing is that the one on the right, I like how this is kind of a little blurry, so he stands out from it,
That's
while
true.
it's more in focus on the left. I like the right one.
I do like the extra warmth, like I saw before from the sun on this side. It's tough, but I think it is weird where this steals your attention from the face. So I'm gonna vote with the right.
The right one is the 14 Pro.
Interesting.
One interesting difference here is that the X6 Pro, everything's in focus, almost like it took all of it and then only blurred out the background. But here on the 14 Pro, behind his face is
like
blurred.
layers.
His shoes in the front are blurred too, so it's kind of interesting. Yeah, layers. Next one, this is a 1X portrait.
The first thing that I noticed is the colors. Like you, Max, mentioned it before, the whole sunset colors on their face. It looks really natural, looks really nice. Also, the trees in the background, the one on the right, it looks a little distracting, a little weird in the background, where the one on the left looks really natural and nice.
Yeah, I'll vote for the left as well. And I like that I see the sun on the trees, even though it's blurred out. I think it's a better photo.
Good point. And that was the 14 Pro.
The iPhone.
Next one, this is an ultra wide again.
So that looks distorted, but I kind of like
Me
how
too.
massive that tree
Yeah,
looks.
yeah.
It gives it a lot of presence
I agree.
compared to this one.
It stood out immediately.
So they're right.
The right.
The right one, that is the 14
The
Pro.
14.
And another interesting thing is that the iPhone does shoot a little bit wider instead of the X6 Pro, which kind of crops in a little bit. Okay, this is another 3X portrait.
Wow. I really like the perspective and how the background just looks big, but it's blurred out.
These are both really, really good photos. The main difference I noticed is that the right one, the shadows are more prominent and natural, but I like on the left one how her face is brought up a little bit brighter.
I also noticed that, and even though I think it makes sense to vote for the right, I like the slightly blown out look, so I'm voting for the left.
I'm still gonna vote for the right.
Ooh.
The shadows on the face are the one thing I don't like, but everything else I prefer the right.
All right, well,
I voted for the OPPO.
next up we got some
What is that?
Pokeball.
Okay.
That
Okay.
sounds really good. I'm surprised that the colors are fairly
They're
close.
very, very similar.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
are so
A lot of other phones are drastically different.
Yeah.
I see a lot of natural blur in these shots. But what's interesting is this blur actually has some artifacting in it here, where this one is clean. So I'm gonna go for the right.
Interesting. I was gonna go for the left because in this like subject area, I feel like the brights kind of pop out more
Yeah, you're right.
than the right one.
Well,
OPPO
Nika, you
and
got
iPhone. Oh,
All right.
Okay.
some detail shot
A
on the
lot of
wall.
detail.
Yep.
This is really hard. I like the extra detail here, even though it's a little over sharpened. I don't like the blown out area here, so that looks more natural. This is more detailed. I think I'll vote for detailed this time.
I'm voting for the right. I feel like the left one looks a little too unnatural, a little too fake.
Well, that was actually a big crop of just a regular main camera photo. Next up, this is a 1X regular portrait.
Very cute.
Yeah, Eli was hungry.
Again, these are both really great. The only real difference I notice is just in the colors. I don't like that on the left one, their skin looks very pink. So I'm going with the right.
Me too. I think we've been disagreeing for so long. Finally, we're agreeing. I'm going for the right.
Yeah, it's very kind of cool toned. It was kind of weird. So yeah, the right. Yep, the iPhone. Okay, getting a little bit dark now. I believe this is a zoom. It's like a 3X or 6X, something like that.
Immediately, I really like the one on the right. I like how the sky is dark. I like how all of this is dark. It looks real. The left one looks a little too brought up.
Yeah, this looks like a smartphone photo. That
Yeah.
looks like a DSLR photo. It's
Yeah.
definitely the right.
Yeah, a lot of noise too in the left. That's the X6 Pro.
That
right?
looks
Yep.
Impressive.
So good.
Very
Very,
impressive.
very good. Lots of detail. Another portrait. Now, got some different lighting because we kind of have like a bluish light outside, mixed lighting situation.
I like the one on the right. I think here some of the blur is messed up, but I think it's just too much blur in the background, kind of distracting compared to the right one.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
OPPO
X6
again.
Pro.
Good job,
Who's
OPPO.
really doing a good job. All right, this is, I believe, a 15X cropped.
So this one looks a lot cleaner.
Way cleaner.
I know that in some of the other shots, sometimes there's a little too much sharpening in some of them, but when I zoom in, I want to see detail. That's what I don't like about my iPhone. I don't like all this artifacting, so left.
The left one looks really good. It looks like it's just enough detail to look great, but it's not pushing it too far like
That
other
looks good.
phones would.
Yep, that is the X6 Pro. And
Wow.
the iPhone has a
Very
lot
nice.
of noise too. You can just see it everywhere. All right, here's another one. We got the Adidas tracksuit. Had to show up.
I'm going with the left for this one, even though I kind of like that the right is more, there's more depth, there's more shadows in his face, but a lot of the details in his suit are crushed, and I feel like the colors are just pushed too far, it's too saturated, it looks a little too weird.
I agree, let's go for the left.
And that is the iPhone.
The iPhone.
A little bit more natural in this case. Oh, here we go. We got a macro.
Oh.
Macro.
Macro on both.
Both did a good job, but I like the extra little highlights that you have here. Where here it's a little darker, a little more flat, so I'm voting for the left.
Yeah, I feel like the right one, it kind of like mushes together in some parts, so I feel like I have to go with the left too.
That is the iPhone.
14 Pro.
Okay, now this is kind of like a detail shot, kind of closer up. Kingstone Bible, kind of scary.
Again, these both look almost identical,
close.
but if I look super close to the display, I feel like I see more detail on the left one.
I think that might be true, but one thing I see is that on the corners, the sharpness goes down, you get smearing. That's a worse quality lens design
But
compared to here.
I feel like there's also smearing on this one as well, like up here.
Maybe. I'm voting for the one on the right.
Left.
Right? Okay. Well,
Okay.
left was OPPO, right was iPhone. All right, just a regular main camera shot right here, indoor lighting.
For this one, I'm gonna go for the one on the right. It looks more natural to me.
Yeah.
I think this one's just too yellow.
What I noticed is on the right one, I see a lot of detail in her hair that you don't have on the left one. The left one's a teeny bit soft, but they're almost identical again.
Okay, so the right one is the iPhone.
The
iPhone.
Very interesting that it's natural. I think Apple's been tuning some things.
All right, Carl's Jr., guys.
Yep.
Man, I want a
What is
burger now.
better? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the right one.
Yeah, I think this has
Absolutely.
more blown out. Here,
Oh,
we
the
actually have
color.
some color.
You have that color.
But with that said,
Yeah.
the one on the right also has more aliasing
Oh,
all over
yeah.
here. So it's a tough choice.
I feel like overall the right one is better.
Yeah, I'll agree. Let's go for the right.
And that was the X6 Pro.
So,
I'm
Wow.
surprised that it pulled back more HDR
Yeah.
on that. That's really good.
Okay,
Oh,
next up,
where
this
is
is a zoom shot, night mode.
It's night mode, okay.
Yep.
Well, this is brighter. Like, you
Yeah.
can tell it's dark here. But the one on the right is so much
Artifact
noise
and
and
stuff.
artifacts.
Oh, yeah, look at this guy, that's true.
And
That's
it
true.
just looks bad. The
Yeah.
left one's surprisingly good.
That's the X6 Pro,
Oh,
3X
again.
zoom.
So they are doing a killer job with that one.
All right, this is another macro shot.
Oh, that's close
Super,
up.
super close up.
So it seems like this one can get a little bit closer. I see on the right that the color here pops a little bit more. We have
Yeah.
some warmth in there, and I assume it's indoor lighting. Once again, it's a hard choice, but I think this is a little cleaner
it is
around
cleaner.
here.
Yeah, I agree.
The right one? That's the X6
6
Pro.
nice.
All right, getting
Oh.
into some night mode.
Whoa.
Steering wheel shot, which nobody does at night.
Man, this thing just looks way more like reflective and glossy
Pops.
and nice. It pops out, yeah. compared to the
And
other.
less blown out here at the same time, which is
Yeah.
impressive.
Oh, yeah, that's
Definitely the
true.
right.
Right. That's the X6 Pro again.
Nice.
Man, people were right so
is
far.
good. It is
People
good.
were right. This is impressive.
Man. All right, this is a crop of a night mode photo.
I notice a lot more grain or something here. Maybe it's texture where this one's smoother, but the text you can easily see. I actually kind of like that we have a difference in brightness here and a gradient where this is flat.
Oh,
So I'm
like
going for the
local
left.
lighting.
This might be weird, but I think I'm gonna go for the right. I don't like this on the left.
Okay. Well, the right is the iPhone, left is the X6 Pro.
Whoa. Okay.
You don't like moody
So-
lighting?
Now that
This is
it's-
what it's like. Come
Yeah.
Now that you see the context and what's causing it, yeah.
Are you allowed to change your mind? But look at this. Look how the Oppo
Yeah.
pulled back.
The HDR.
Okay.
All of
Yes.
that while
Yeah.
maintaining this, where the iPhone just blew
It's
it out.
fully blown out. Yeah.
And this is flat.
They didn't care.
Yeah, zoomed
That is so
out, the
cool.
Oppo's way
Interesting.
better.
All right.
Oh.
This is pitch black.
Wow.
Okay.
Pitch black.
I mean, obviously
Yeah.
the right.
Yep.
The left, you see there's something there, but it is
Yeah,
just
you can't
this. You just delete this.
The iPhone's on the right. It was
So
able
it's
to take in a lot
stacking
more.
more photos, or
I
do you remember the
assume so.
length of time when they did night mode?
The iPhone I think did it like 5 seconds. This thing I think was like 2 or 3, and it didn't let me turn it up. I don't know. Okay,
Oh.
got a pitch black
Wow.
selfie. I mean,
Got the Blair Witch Project
using
shot
the
right there.
display as light, which they both do.
Well, the detail on the left is very impressive.
Yeah, but it also almost has this fake look, and I think this is the iPhone
I look
because
angry.
it almost brings up stuff under your skin. I don't know, like the texture.
But there's
I
like
never
no
liked this.
detail on the right though.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I know.
And I don't have any hair.
You don't have
I
any
mean,
hair.
look at all
Just
this that
kidding.
you can see of the shirt, all the
Okay,
the
I guess
stitching.
with this one, you can pull this down, turn down the saturation a little bit. So I'll go for the left.
That's the iPhone.
Okay.
Next up, this
Oh.
is actually a 3x night mode.
Okay.
I mean, this is something.
Is this even in focus? Like this one,
I don't know.
You can read this.
it.
Pure Castile soap, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Best soap out there, guys. Use
best
it.
soap.
I mean, yeah, definitely the right.
That's the iPhone again. So
It's
night
looks like
mode.
catching up in night mode.
The software at
Yeah.
night for the stacking.
It's doing
helps.
a really good job. Okay.
Okay.
Here's another one right here.
Yeah, I definitely see a lot more detail on the left one. I feel like the right one looks a little smudgy, a little weird.
I like the moodiness on the right one. I like that this pops. Stuff is darker. You could tell it's at night. Where this almost looks like a daytime kind of a shot. So I'm going for the right.
Okay. iPhone was left, X6 on the right. All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
And another one.
Another tough shot here. We know most likely what the one on the right is. Just too
Yeah.
dark when it's extremely dark. So the left.
That is the iPhone again.
Oh.
This is the last shot.
Last
so,
shot.
Out of 33, this is the last.
Definitely the one on the left.
Yep.
Definitely the one on the left. The tree looks really natural. You can see all the sky behind it. This is all
You see a lot more
smudgy and flary.
stars
This is
too.
way more stars, darker sky.
Yeah, we'll go for the left.
All
Right.
right. And that's the X6 Pro.
Hey.
I
Oh, it's a
cropped in there.
crop,
Yep, it's a
too.
crop.
And I mean, look at this. This is natural. This looks like
That
a
looks good.
DSLR shot.
It's good.
You have the contrast.
Yep.
Here, it's just too
It
flat.
tried to bring it up too
Yeah.
much.
Apple needs
Yeah.
more contrast.
And I think
than
the
that.
iPhone actually had a longer exposure, 30 seconds compared to this thing. It was on tripod mode, probably like 10, 15 or something.
And-
so, yeah.
This just shows that you have that 1-inch sensor. It's
Really
very
good.
large.
Really good.
It's doing the shots quicker, and it looks more natural. So there you guys go.
Right.
These are the last shots. If you voted, tell us, comment below what surprised you and which one got more votes.
that's
And if you
close.
didn't vote, give us a comment on what you guys think about it. You're close?
Oh, man.
He's also the same.
No way.
Same.
Wait, I'm the same?
Yeah. Yep. We got the same exact
Same exact.
score, even though we disagreed on a bunch.
Okay, Angelika, you want to go first? Well, we got the
Yes.
same score, so let's go at the same time.
Yeah.
We both had 17 for the OPPO.
Yep.
Yep.
16
for the iPhone.
So
We
by
did
one.
disagree.
Wow.
But I would say
That the OPPO was
is
better.
good.
The
It is
iPhone,
better.
So good.
The iPhone really just caught up in those night mode.
At the end, it
Shots
caught
at the
up.
very
yeah.
end.
Yeah.
And if we had less shots that were that dark, the OPPO
OPPO
would have
would've
won
killed it, yeah.
even more so.
That's so impressive.
Very
how it did.
impressive.
This is
And
a good camera.
That's a
We
really
looked
good
it up.
camera.
You can buy this for $840 USD. It's a Chinese phone,
Yeah.
but you can bring it in. And we also did a full comparison to the iPhone. It has some crazy impressive specs.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So if you didn't see that video right over there yet, go ahead and go check it out. We do a full comparison. Click the circle above to subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.